All right, so today's video, we are back with another quick play warrior, and we will watch a quick play player, try to guess what their rank's gonna be, watch their placements, guess their rank, see if we're right, give some feedback. And for this one, we have a Mercy today. So as you know, I am really good at Mercy. Obviously, I'm not, but I can still be helpful. Oh, and to give you the hours, it's 600 hours of unranked and 38 hours of ranked. They say, hi, I've been playing Overwatch 1 since 2018 and a bit of Overwatch 2 at relaunch, but eventually stopped to focus on my studies. I came back when they dropped the 5 new heroes and new lore because I'm a lore enjoyer at heart. I had to basically relearn the game once I returned, especially the perk system. I'm usually not interested in ranked play because I find it quite stressful, among other factors, lag, low frame rate, etc. I was and still am a Mercy and Diva main, but lately I've been starting to play other characters as well, especially Onron and other support. So yeah, I'm overall not interested in climbing ranks, so I'm content just existing in somewhere in my elo. They say to start this off, you're playing with your friends on Ramatra. At some point, you feel like your Guardian Angel movement was a bit off since you don't really know how to do some of the new Mercy techs. You also made several oopsies during the match, and you'll probably see some of them. All right, so we'll watch this chat. We'll guess what the rank is after seeing the gameplay, and then we'll go into other stuff after. Sound good? So let's see what happens and go from there. And it's in 6v6 quick play, which is kind of fun, or whatever this is. Okay. Damage boost in a soldier. I'm already liking what I'm seeing. I wonder if that's the low frame rate you're talking about. Where it seems a little bit like... okay, so yeah, we got to talk about this. I got to talk about this very quickly. Try not to do what you just did there, where you're like just trying to move down like a hallway by yourself. Like, stick with one of your teammates. And I don't know how to explain what was just happening there, but you kind of are just running away from people already, and you want to be able to keep your teammates, you know, obviously alive and/or damage boost them. I feel like you left the damage boost on the soldier, try to stick with them, and kind of got lost. So just remember, like, it's good to stay with the target. Wow, this is... I imagine this is the lag you're talking about. This is a quick play warrior episode, yes. I can see the lag. Well, actually, the replay will actually show you lag, believe it or not. So that's what you're seeing right now. I think you're seeing a little bit of their lag when they normally play. So that's probably what, yeah, I think that's what you're seeing. Holy crap, that is... Yeah, because it skips movement, yes. Yeah, no, this is not a cheater VOD. Believe it or not, it's because of the lag. Or like, there could be also a point where like maybe like, you know what else would cause this? If it's not lag, if like you don't have like a mouse pad or something. So like it's like you're basically like, you know, grinding your mouse across sandpaper. Like that could also be something that happens. So hopefully this settles after a little bit. But like I have an idea for the rank guess already if this is like the lag is like this the whole time. Just because like this would maybe... We'll see. Good job damage boosting right now. Again, for Mercy in general, damage boost is so key. I think it's what, like 30%? So like, it's just finding teammates to damage boost at you know, when there's a bit of a downtime is always key. You can Valk this right now. I think that's totally fine. Gonna go into the heal. Like I would help your soldier here, for example. Okay. Oh boy. All right. I mean, good job damage boosting your Ramatra. That's the correct play. Oh yeah. Dying the point. Oh. Did they super jump too much? Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So you said what kind of gamer doesn't have a mouse pad? You want to know something funny? I didn't have a mouse pad for years. When I first started gaming, it's also probably why I play in such a high sense. I didn't have a mouse pad. I just used the wood desk. And it was like an old wood desk. Yep. I basically said, hey, can I have a mouse pad? And my parents went, no. And I went, okay. And that was it. That was the end of that conversation. That was it. So, yeah, so I want to point out here, because there's not a lot to go off just yet. A lot of your gameplay that I'm seeing here, and the problem that I'm seeing from you, is you're kind of static in your gameplay, or you just go for like really like, you kind of go for these like super jumps that probably aren't even like necessary sometimes. I'll say this much: whenever I go up against a Mercy who kind of just like floats in the air like that, it becomes a really easy kill. The Mercies that become really tough are the ones that slingshot a lot. Slingshot is where you kind of go back and forth at like really quickly. So I'm not the best at the slingshot tech, but I'm sure people in chat will be able to kind of give feedback on how to do the slingshot properly, which is like basically you make it, you're kind of going more like across rather than up, right? And I think like that's kind of the way to look at it. So just be careful of kind of like just doing like this float that you're doing the whole time, because that, I think, and you did mention you're not used to some of the new techs. So I think like something already I would tell you to do is go practice that. Like straight up, I would practice those techs, because it will only make you better at Mercy. And as somebody who can sometimes, you know, even with like having good diva movement, sometimes I can't kill a good Mercy because like the movement just ends up being so pristine. So, yep. So far you're just playing a very like, you know, static style here. You stick with your team. You pop your ultimate when you feel like you need to. You damage boost, and then you. But this lag, I can. What happened? How did you? Oh, wait, did you hit the ceiling? Did you hit the? I was wondering. Yeah, did you know that this will freeze you? I'm watching that and I'm like, what the heck is going on? There's like a, where's the Mei at, right? I'm like watching it and I'm like sitting here and I'm like, what the heck? And I realized that's what it was. That's crazy. Here we go. Is that part of the rework? Yes, that was part of the rework. Yeah. Anyway, it's like I said, an okay half there. I will say I can definitely see the lag or whatever's causing that, like, kind of like that jittery movement. So we'll see how it goes on. Maybe your lag evens out, but that's going to end up being, like, I will say, like, that's definitely going to make things a little bit difficult. And not that you can't climb with that. It's just more like, if you don't have the good movement to go with it, you're going to end up getting stuck in these spots. I really would recommend finding a target to stick with at first. Like, stop, like, you don't have to, like, go all over the place to a bunch of people. You can just kind of, like, you know, damage boost your Ashe for a second, right? Why not? Okay, let your BAP worry about your Ramatra for now. I know, like, it becomes a habit to try to keep your tank alive the whole time, but, like, you bring such good value with your damage boost, too, that, like, it's good to kind of be, like, a supplemental heal to your tank, rather than, like right now, this is, like, so opposite of what it should be. The BAP is over here, all the way back here, healing the Ashe, and the Mercy's up here, damage boosted and healing the Ramatra. Why is this the opposite of what should be happening right now? Anyway, it should be the other way around. So what you would do is you would be here kind of damage boosting your teammate, right? Like your Ashe, and then your BAP should be up there keeping your Ramatra alive. Instead, this is why you're going to almost die to a Vendetta. Like your positioning here is definitely a bit off, and like that's why you're getting killed. So like a lot of the time when you're going to fall over, this is what's going to happen. Yes. Well, the thing is, it's also harder to burst up a heal. Yes, you have flash heal now, but like damage boosting your teammate is so effective. And then you can like use that movement, that slingshot movement I talked about, to get across there. So, all right, let's keep going here. Want them to start damaging. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I listen, as much as I would love to see the Mercy bring out the pistol right now, there's a lot of other stuff that needs to be fixed first before we start bringing out the pistol, okay? I'm all for a battle Mercy, but we got to get the basics down of, like, target priority, who to be on, things like that. And I don't want to overcomplicate that yet. Hey, wait a second. I just saw the pistol for a second, though. You see that? It is there. It is there. The rank is, I will guess, in between. No, they're not all the way up, no. A lot of time you're going down early, though, is because of, like, how you position. I really think you would benefit from looking for... I want to give you, like, this something to try. I want you to, like, I kind of want you to go into, like... Like, I would have, like... How do I explain this? I kind of want you to, like, next time you play a quick play, I want you to, like, see what the experience is like when you're damage boosting your DPS a little bit more and kind of keeping your DPS alive and allowing your other support to keep your tank alive. Like, yes, there's going to be times where you're going to heck up a little bit, but sometimes there won't be, right? I have an idea for a rank guess. We'll see. Oh, wait a second. There you go. See? Chat, you happy? Look at that. The pistol. We saw the pistol. Good res. Good play. All right, getting out. Now, do you notice how most of your gameplay right now is still just damage boosting and healing a tank? That's the habit I'm trying to get you out of. It's not that you can't do that, right? I think it's a good idea to do that sometimes. You know what I mean? So, yeah. They are not locked in a patch. They will be in the current patch. So, but yeah, I think like here we go. So like right now, like if I'm looking at this, say I'm playing Mercy here, and again, I'm not the best Mercy. I don't play Mercy that well, but like I'm gonna damage boost the Sojourn here. That's who my target's gonna be. My tanks, look at the tank's HP here. Your tanks have a lot of HP. Look at your Sojourn and your... Like I'm going to pause very quickly. I want you to look at the HP bars right now up top. And this is why I'm being very adamant about getting you to give a little bit more love to the DPS side of this. Look at the HP of your Sojourn and your Sombra. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting you to fly into their backline to heal a Sombra. Like, I'm not expecting you to do that. But I want you to see, like, look at your Sojourn. Half HP. Like, that Sojourn has to play differently now. And when you keep your DPS alive and your DPS feel like they can put pressure on, that's how your DPS pop off more, right? Obviously, sometimes you're going to have a DPS that, you know, say your DPS is sitting there and just missing a bunch of shots and not doing anything, then you can reevaluate that. But, like, you got to give your DPS a chance to prove that you can kind of, like, you know, give your DPS an opportunity. Because right now you're just defaulting to tanks. And I think you probably heard me say that a few times this video, and I'm doing that to kind of get it as, like, just try it that way and see what happens. All right? Like start with that, and then you can reevaluate later, but right now you haven't even started doing that. So, all right? We got one more round of this, then I'll guess the rank, and then we'll watch the rank game, and then we'll see what the rank actually is. Okay? Morning, TJ. How's it going? Good. How about you? All right, here you go. Yes, this is it. This is the correct. Do this. Stick with your Sojourn. Yes. Perfect. Good movement. There you go. A little bit of slingshot. Yeah, there you go. Much better. And we're back to the Mauga. And that's that. Okay, so your Sojourn did get a little bit aggressive, so I understand a little bit of your Sojourn going down there, but you just, like, it seems like once your teammate decides to make another, like, aggressive play or, like, tries to go somewhere else, you just default to the next target like a magnet. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, okay, that person's out of my range now. Okay, this person's close. That's it. Now I'm going to heal you up or damage boost you, even if you're at full HP. Right? That's what it feels like. So, yeah. That's what it feels like. Okay. Keeping your DPS alive a bit more, better results. You don't need to Valk this yet, so don't be afraid of, like, right now you're fine. You don't need to Valk. You're good? Okay, good. You're good. Okay. Yep. Don't have to force the res. Remember, you don't have to force a res. Sometimes you're not going to be able to get that res off, which you did a good job of. Movement's looking a little bit better. Yes, this is a spectating right now. I have 2 spectatings and then a funny moment to record after, okay? Right now, we're watching a Mercy one, where I'm going to guess the rank first. Okay, let's talk about this very quickly. Please stop defaulting to damage boosting your tank, even more so when there's a Juno ultimate on the field. Notice how there's a Juno ultimate, and you're trying to force that play? Like, please, like, you gotta start to look at other targets besides your tank. It's gonna go a long way. And again, if your DPS, you know, don't do anything, you can reevaluate that then. And I know I've said that a few times, but I want to keep reiterating that point, okay? Like, damage boost your, you know, your Sojourn or anything, like, you're an ultimate. Yeah, there's a Juno ultimate. Your teammates will be fine, right? Yep. Exactly. You made a good point. Going for the res while the Sojourn's ulting. Like, there's a lot you can do there to help your team. And you could have probably won right there with all the ultimates your team had, so. Muscular, thanks for the 25 months of the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Thank you. And Glimglob, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Right there, I mean, this, I just want to point out to you again. If you stick with your DPS, there's pressure on the other side. You're not dying to the Vendetta. Now, obviously, there's a Ramatra pushing them. But again, there'll be more damage pressure. Like, I'm seeing it happen. And again, obviously, for players who, you know, play a lot of Mercy, etc., it's, you know, you see feedback and things that, you know, I don't see, please go for it. As long as you know, don't be rude about it. But, like, you know, obviously, there's some good stuff there. So, yep. Did you think they're prioritizing the Ramattra because it's their friend? Even if it's their friend, like, they've been healing the Mauga, too. And even then, like, I hate to say it, but, like, if the tank at that point would also know that, like, you know, at least for me, if let's say I'm playing tank, I don't expect my Mercy to sit there and pocket me the whole time. Because it's just not as good as, like, the Sojourn was doing. You know what I mean? Like going there to heal the Ramattra there is fine. They're low HP. Now you go back to your DPS. There you go. Now you're with your Sojourn. Perfect. There you go. Don't have to force that res. Second time Sojourn's popped ultimate and you didn't. Okay. Do you see how, like, your whole you're thinking about the res rather than thinking about winning the team fight? Do you see what I'm talking about? Like, you're so worried about winning that, like, or getting the res off that you're not going over there and, like, damage boosting your Sojourn. Now, it looks like your team might still win this, but, like, maybe not actually. But, like, you notice how that's what you prioritized, and then now your team's behind, right? The Sojourn ultimate that can basically team wipe gets no help. Thankfully, you know, of course we say that, and then your Ramattra friend over here pops off with a Ramattra ultimate, and that res ends up winning you the game. But I hope you see what we're talking about, okay? Like, to make it clear, you can still get that res off by damage boosting the Sojourn ultimate and going for it a little bit later. It seems like that once you're set on a play, you make that play. So, like, once you're set, like, you made a decision, that's what you're doing, and that's what you end up doing. So, anyway, okay, so after looking at that, I would say, from everything I saw right there, obviously, you know, damage boost your DPS more. I'm gonna go a little bit ambitious, but, like, I could be wrong. I'm going silver 5. I'm going silver 5. And the reason why I'm doing that is because of the little bit of the lag you're having, and, like, some of your movement gets static. So I wonder if you might struggle in some of those moments. And with how your priority of your targets are, I feel like somewhere in silver could be right. I could be completely wrong. We'll find out after this next game. But it just feels like a lot of the stuff you're doing, you could get punished for. Does that make sense? It feels like you get punished more a little bit for that. So it's just something I want you to kind of, you know, keep note of during that. All right. For this one, they say, for this match, I'm solo queuing. I definitely need to improve my positioning, especially when I'm targeted. I do think it was frustrating how far apart my teammates were at times. Also, I don't know what I was thinking halfway through because I kept dying and making weird decisions, I will admit. Well, we'll find out, see how it goes. Obviously, it is 6v6, so just remember, you can heal your tanks at times, but don't overdo it. Pocket your DPS. I mean, you have a Pharah right now, perfect target. All right? Now, I will say it is Mercy's end, so you're going to have to heal a little bit more, but this is kind of where you can probably find that value. Like you can, it's a little bit easier to heal a tank in 6v6 because there's, like, less HP. So let's see what you decide to do. But so far, target priority is good. You're on your teammate. Stick with your Pharah for now. See what happens? Even that second that you decided to go to somebody else because you were like, oh, I got to go there, you lose your Pharah. Obviously, you get a res, so good res. Good res. All right, good job by your teammate to save you. Try not to be too close to your teammates during that. Like, you want to... I really do think practicing the slingshot tech even more so will help you a lot. Bizzle, thanks to these 6 months of the tier 1 pizza, thank you, which obviously isn't my expertise, but maybe people in the comments will kind of give you, like, the easiest way to do that. Also, if I'm correct, I've given this suggestion before, Mercy parkour servers are really good for that. Is that still the case for Mercy players? Do y'all know? Oh, have they been flash heal? Oh, I will admit, I haven't even been looking at the flash heal too much. I'm sorry, that is a good call. Yeah, definitely use your flash heal in the right moments to, like, burst heal somebody up. Not, like, just, like, you know, heal, like, someone that's, like, 90%. I think the Bastion one was fine there. So yeah, there's a Mercy parkour custom game. We'll get the codes put in the comment or the description. I'll remind Crap or try to, and you put that in there, and then maybe you can you know, practice some of the movement tech there. It could be super helpful. Yeah, at that point, like, just keep trying to, like, slingshot. This is where that movement would actually help you a lot against a Tracer. As a lot of, you know, at least personally, when I go up against good Mercies, it is tough to kill a good Mercy. It is not an easy It is not an easy thing to do. So you were screaming Valk. Yeah, I mean, I can understand not going for the Valk there just because of like how many people were there. It's tough. Yeah, but like at the same time, they're going against Mercy. Like, this is why I'm so adamant about also damage boost in this one. They're going against Mercy Lucio. There's not going to be many heals. Same with Mercy Zen. So like you damage boosting the correct targets will actually help your teammates win a lot more. So yeah, always try to escape up and away from a Tracer rather than like, that's where you would want to slingshot upwards is when there's a Tracer. Like if you can get up to the middle high ground now, you'd be fine. Obviously this was good movement right there. That was nice. More of that, by the way. That whole sequence was good. I think if you can consistently do that, you'll be in a much better spot. Don't be afraid of damage boost. Remember, okay, so this is again where you have a problem with understanding when to damage boost and heal boost. Like right there's a Zenyatta ultimate going on. So like you don't really need to heal boost your team too. Let your Zenyatta keep them alive. Do a damage boost to your teammates so that way you have both a healing, basically the equivalent of a healing boost from your Zen and a damage boost from you. And then there you go. So, and you're talking about how your teammates are kind of split. This was also about you on your pacing. Does that make sense? Like, it feels to me like you didn't stick with your team during the Valk and you played really far back. So like, in my opinion, you ended up back here is on you more than it's on your teammates. Does that make sense? Like your teammates went forward with the play and you went all the way back and then you kind of left them there. So like you want to stick with them. Not a diva. It could happen. I mean, you gotta remember the diva pack does exist. This is the same player, yes. Yes. It seems to be a little bit less lag than the previous one, which is good. Well, yeah, someone called it. It was called, you know. Someone in chat did say, "Hey, it did happen. Not wrong. Not wrong." Yeah. See, okay. I want to point out to you, your tendency to want to get to your tanks, even when you don't need to heal them, is forcing you into their Tracer more, and your Tracer's getting free kills. The Tracer needs to earn the kill against you, not be given the kill, which means you have to play further distance, recognize that situation. Like right now, if you wanted to, no, do not. Oh boy, absolutely not. This might be what you were talking about halfway through. Thankfully, you got rewarded with the spawn, but do not do that next time. That is going to get you killed. I mean, there was a, just wait a second and you'll be fine. Your teammates do end up popping off. But yeah, let's keep things going here. Basically, you keep playing into their team. The Tracer keeps finding you really close up, and then you're kind of stuck in like panic mode, flying away the whole time. So, either their settings are not set up right. I don't know the settings, so like that's something that yeah, maybe when the YouTube video's out, try to comment on that just to kind of give like feedback. I don't know what the settings would be. That is, like I said, not my expertise. So. All right, good pulse bomb by the Tracer. Next time, wait for your Rhine shield for that res. As in, like, don't go in front of your Rhine shield. Your Rhine would have just saved you and made it easier. Obviously, you didn't get killed there, but you can be punished for that. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know if there's like a setting that. Like I said, yeah. I mean, I play with arrow keys, so I can't say anything about settings. Yeah. But usually, like, keybinds and settings are also preference, like someone said. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Yep. Like, I want to show, like, when you stop here, you need to start thinking about cover. So, like, when you're in the middle of the open here, like, what they would see is a Mercy stand in the middle of the open. Like, why not, for now, use, like, the cover here? Yes, they can see you kind of attached to them, but then you can maneuver around to be with your team, right? You're kind of just not thinking about positioning at most times. And, like, you float up into the air, and then look at that. You end up taking a lot of damage on the float. So, it's just, like, I don't know. A lot of this needs to improve if you wanted to keep improving. Obviously, you said you didn't really worry about climbing ranks, but obviously, you know, if you want to, you know, keep getting better at, you know, as you returned, as you were saying, you know, understanding where to like position yourself and not to just be in the middle of the open is a good start. Hey, you didn't die to the Diva ult this time. That's good. Obviously, you have no targets here, but you could like obviously slingshot off your teammate. There you go. Good job. A little bit unlucky there. I see what's going on. You're good. All right. Now your Zenyatta would like some help. There you go. Stick with your Zenyatta. Let your Orisa stay up there for a second. Your Orisa will be fine. Now get your Orisa healed now. There you go. Notice that you're going back and forth. So, yeah. Next time, try to hide from a high noon. So what you're saying is that the settings with Guardian Angel would be better for the movement tech. Okay, there you go. So you said you're not used to the newer Mercy tech. A suggestion people are making is that some of the settings will be better with that. So maybe we'll figure out what those settings are and we can put them in there or something like that. So. You hecked up that res by doing the super jump. There you go. He says, are the, all right, there you go. Chat's putting the suggestion in there. So, like, here's the thing. You're saying, like Mercy doing, like, so, like, basically when you go up in the air, you end up being, like, basically it's the equivalent of it. This is what you're going to see. So the Mercy becomes easier to kill. A lot of the good Mercies I play against do this. Boom, slingshot. Boom, slingshot. Slingshot. Back in, slingshot. Like, these are what the Mercies that when I go up against do. Right, is like slingshots like this. Like, go off, slingshot. Like, it's basically you're kind of using this like movement that's kind of unpredictable. Sometimes Mercies will go back to him, slingshot backwards. Things like that. Those are the tough Mercies that I struggle against. Like, it's hard to kill those Mercies sometimes because you just can't keep up with the pace of the Mercy, right? But some Mercies like to just like float up into the air, and then you're just like this Pharah right here all the time, which means it's an easy kill, right? Obviously, there's going to be times where you want to super jump out. For example, Tracer's chasing you. Oh no, say your teammate's here, super jump up. Now you're up on the high ground, Tracer can't get to you, right? Oh no, like there's a bunch of Reinhardts on me. If I slingshot, I'll get hit by the hammer. Okay, you slingshot, you go up with your movement. But a lot of the good Mercies that I play against at least are able to slingshot around, and they're really hard to kill. So that's kind of what I'm getting at or alluding to, right? So, yep. And that makes it a lot more difficult for them to get to you, basically. Gion will be in rank right away, yes. Obviously, you're just stuck in an ultimate here, not much you can do. But yeah, damage boost now would be nice. Good damage boost. Good decision right there, by the way. The damage boost the Orisa on the ultimate. That was nice. Now try to get to your Pharah. That's gonna be your exit out, is the Pharah. Or, okay, super jump on the high ground. That works too for now. Yep. Your Pharah's having a blast over there with all the help. No, I think Mercy Parkour could help. I think it's like the same thing with like Doom tech. Like sometimes the Doom like stuff can help too. It's good to practice that. It's a big part of survivability for Mercy, right? You know? Yep. Again, this goes back to that tech I was talking to you about slingshot and back and forth. Like, that's what you want to do in those situations, okay? And obviously, chat, we'll give more comments on this one. Okay, Valken, yep, look at the score. You don't need a Valk out of there if the score is 124 meters or 70 meters. You need to prioritize surviving first and then pop in your Valk. Instead, you waste your Valk. Now you have to run back to the point now without having that. So, yep. Good job by your Rhine. Would have been nice to be able to Valk back now. See what I'm saying? There you go. Yeah, the damage boost was good. I agree with that. And there you go. So, like, I think if you really get better at your priority of who you're gonna damage boost and when you're gonna heal, I think you're gonna improve a lot just right away. I also we will try to put the codes in there for you to work on some of that Mercy slingshot movement. I think that will help your survivability a crap ton, so something else to look out for. Also, as somebody did allude to it earlier, that your flash heals are a little bit, sometimes you just gotta use them when you don't need to use them. So remember, use it as like a burst to get somebody back up, rather than using it as like, oh, someone's at 95%, I'm gonna heal you up. Because you're just over-healing at that point. It's not getting really much value that you would have done them. So less pocket and tanks. Doesn't mean you can't pocket a tank. Remember that. But it's better to start with your DPS and then evaluate how the game is going. So start with that, in my opinion. Just start with your DPS, keep your DPS alive, learn to slingshot more, and all of that, you'll improve a crap ton. So hopefully that's helpful information for you. Maybe you already knew some of that, but hey, it's always good to hear it again. For the rank, I'm going to go silver 3. I know I upgraded it a little bit. I saw a couple of good like moments there, so like where like the decision making on the damage boost was good. I saw a couple of, movements where you did understand the movement, like it was good. I think the problem is your movement is inconsistent now and like your positioning. I also look at like, I take into account the comps we saw, like a Mercy Zen and a Mercy Lucio. Mercy Zen, don't get me wrong, an old school comp in 6v6 back in the day, but not the same anymore. And then Mercy Lucio obviously is one of the tougher comps to have there. So I saw that. And so I'm going to guess silver 3 and we'll see. So looking at the rank, all right, here we go. The rank is okay. So this is an interesting one. In 6v6, they are gold 2. In 5v5, they are silver 2. So there you go. 6v6 gold 2, 5v5 silver 2. I think we're in the right spot. I think we're in the right spot in that silver kind of gold range. So I think if you work on that stuff though, you'll see improvement. Like I really do believe that if you work on that stuff, you'll see improvement. It's a lot about survivability. Mercy is like if you end up being a low death Mercy, and low death Mercy being that you're not running away from team fights and you're just staying alive during team fights, like you can do really well. A good Mercy is like, it is very obvious when a Mercy is dominating games. Like I said, there are just some good games where a Mercy can take over with just good damage boost and stuff. I know, anyway, work on that stuff. And I think you'll end up seeing, a climb if you so choose, or you just improve in your quick play games, which I mean, obviously that could be fun. Either way, work on that. If you like the video, make sure to like the video, I guess. Subscribe to the YouTube, leave a comment, all that helps. You want to submit your own spectating. My Discord is where to do that. And if you want to watch more Quick Play Warriors, we'll have one pop up here in the bottom left over here. We have a ton of them now. So it's going to be a good watch. But with that being said, I hope you all have an amazing day/night.